What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab. Me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you from the Early Access event. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast for giving me access to this God account. I have 24 hours to showcase as many of the new cards and mechanics as I possibly can, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So the previous video that I just recorded was Selesnya artifacts, and I thought that was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. My win rate is still positive. Yes, this is like the weird little micro meta that happens only during early access. You know, take all of these win rates with a pinch of salt, because once we actually play this on the ladder, things are not going to be exactly the same. But again, we're here all to showcase the new cards and mechanics, and this one has a lot of them in it. So without further ado, let's jump into the second of tonight's brews. And it's just going, instead of the Selesnya artifacts, we're going straight up mono green artifacts with a focus on food. So we've got quite a few new cards. Let me just get through the old ones first. Couple of copies of Audacity, just nice to give something trample, and the fact that it's an enchantment will trigger our Elvish Archivist. But that's really, you know, the card draw is not terrible. But then first new card of the deck is the Royal Treatment. It's kind of the new cameo safekeeping, the one for the set. It gives hexproof until end of turn, and create a Royal Roll token. So that's +1/+1 and Ward 1. That's going to be pretty nice on our Patchwork Automaton, who's already got Ward 2. So an additional instant of Ward. Let's see how it plays. We may end up putting more copies in, but for now it's been just fine as is. Very low to the ground, this one. We've got 22 lands, 1.6 average mana. Teething Wurmlet, obviously making a comeback from the Selesnya version of the deck. It's just fantastic, obviously, with all of these artifacts entering the battlefield. We're going to be gaining lots of life. We're going to be putting lots of +1/+1 counters on it. But then we got Gingerbrute. I actually want to put the new art in because it's just so much nicer. Gingerbrute. Why is it not giving me the new one? There it is. I just imported this from my you know, my Moxfield account, so I guess it just picked the old one. But the new artwork is so cool. So Gingerbrute, 1/1 with haste, and you can pay 1, and it can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. Then you can also just sack it and gain 3 life because it is a food golem. I quite like this in conjunction with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, a card that we also just saw in the Selesnya version of the deck. Here it is back again. This time, I'm thinking it's going to be a lot more efficient than it was in the Selesnya version. It's just great because it's Graveyard Hate. There's lots of reanimation stuff happening. I think this is going to be quite fundamental going forward. It's actually, now that I've been playing it and playing against it for a bit, I'm a little higher on it than I initially was. And yeah, so whenever we exile a creature card, we'll be able to put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control, and then all of our creatures with +1/+1 counters on them have all the activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with it. So, if we exile the Gingerbrute, that has an activated ability, now we can give all of our creatures the pay 1, can't be blocked except by creatures with haste, and that is really nice. I hope we get to, you know, do that at least once during tonight's gameplay footage. Then we just got another cheap, like, 1-drop. That's an artifact that's going to trigger all of our artifact stuff. And then I like the fact that when it dies, we can put those counters elsewhere. So a little Iron Apprentice coming back from Kamigawa. A lot of this, like, Kamigawa, Neon Dynasty cross synergy with the new stuff, as you can see. Then, first important new card. We've already seen this in the Selesnya version of the deck. Of course, coming back. It triggers when artifacts enter the battlefield as well as enchantments. With enchantments, you draw a card. With artifacts, 2 +1/+1 counters. And it's been phenomenal. I've been loving it. So, of course, we have plenty of artifacts. We've also got some enchantments in the form of Audacity. And then welcome to Sweettooth over here, which we're about to get to, which is another enchantment. So we'll also be drawing a little bit of cards, but mostly be putting lots of +1/+1 counters on the Archivist. Of course, we're playing the Ozolith, because why not? More +1/+1 counters are good. We can also cycle it away if we've already got one on the board, drawing another card, you know, getting a new card. And yeah. Initially, I had 3 copies and only 1 Agatha's Cauldron, but I wanted to really try and do that thing with the Gingerbrute, so I went for the 2-and-2 split. Let's see if we don't go back to a more Ozolith-focused version, because it is really, really, really nice. With all of the plus... This is definitely like an aggro deck, so it should be no surprise that we want our creatures to grow as quickly as possible, as fast as possible, and end the game as fast as we possibly can. Is this the new face of mono green aggro? I don't know. Let's find out. But Tough Cookie is the next card in the deck. One card I've been dying to play with ever since it was spoiled. This is the first time I'm actually getting to play with it. I'm going in blind. Like, I just imported this list and I haven't played any test matches, so I'm just going straight in. I brewed this up on Moxfield, as I mentioned earlier, so let's see how Tough Cookie performs. But it's nice because it is an artifact and then it makes another artifact. So you get 2 triggers on Teething Wurmlet. You'll still trigger your Patchwork. We've got some food synergies in the deck with Syr Ginger. So yeah, I think this should be pretty nice. And then you can later on give a non-creature artifact, turn it into a 4/4, so we can make our Agathas or our Ozolith into 4/4s. That's pretty cool. Also our food tokens we can make into 4/4s and swing with them, and of course again that's an activated ability, so if we exile one of our Tough Cookies with Agatha's Soul Cauldron, then we can give that ability to our other creatures with +1/+1 counters, which is going to be pretty much all of them. Then we've got Welcome to Sweettooth. I've been also dying to play with this one. So you make a 1/1, then you make a food. Then you put +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is 1 plus the number of foods you control. So you can imagine that the Gingerbrute here is a food. Syr Ginger here is a food. We're making some foods with Sweettooth. We're making some foods with Tough Cookie. It is also a food itself. So probably that final chapter is going to be quite a juicy buff. It's making me consider taking out Royal Treatment and just going with the full with 3 copies of Audacity. Actually, you know what, let's just do that right away, because that trample I think is going to be fundamental in getting through for the final bits of damage with the Patchy boy over here. And that's the deck. Nothing much else that I need to add. We have already touched upon Syr Ginger in spoiler talk episodes. This is one of the most, like, you know, it was one of the main artworks for the set, and I think everybody's seen what this does by now. It's got hexproof, haste, and indestructible. Trample, hexproof, and haste as long as the opponent controls a planeswalker. And then whenever you sack a food or any other artifact goes to the graveyard, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then different to the other foods, when you do pay the 2 to sack it, you don't just gain 3 life, you gain life equal to its power. So there can be a point in the game at which this thing gets massive, and then you can gain a bunch of life, which is great. Mana base shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that we're running Roadside Reliquary, and because we've got, you know, artifacts and enchantments, so we can often draw some cards with it. And then Mirrex is going to help us potentially, you know, get a Teething Wurmlet trigger and an Archivist trigger during the opponent's turn, as well as just, you know, being an alternate win con in and of itself. One Boseiju, some forests. I like, for some reason, I'm not sure what... Oh, there we go. They've changed it. When I couldn't get the new forests when I first started with the clients. So here we go. Let's get the new forests in. They look so pretty. What? Ah, well, that sucks. Now it's giving me the Lord of the Rings ones. Okay. Let's jump into some games and see how the deck holds up against some fellow content creators. So far, I've run into Ali Eldrazi, I've run into Swayze, I've run into Power Dragon, I've run into MTG Joe, but I think at this point the Americans are probably getting close to going to bed. I mean, I'm sure there's some of those people that are just gonna stay up the whole night. Like Billy over here is has been online ever since I was online. I think he's probably gonna just do the full 24 hours, load up on the caffeine drinks, and keep on recording. I should probably send him a challenge. I've just got so many brews I want to get to. E Philly VIP. Hello. Never heard of you. But that seems like a pretty decent hand. No automatons, but we got some new cards to play, so let's do it. I'll keep it. A little haste action. Black is scary. It's all the gingerbread men. Aha! It is Rakdos, after all. Alright. One copy of Burn Down the House, and I will not be very happy. Sorry, Brotherhood's End. Probably Shieldred. Wouldn't be surprised. Where did you get this? How come I don't get to have that? Ooh, okay, it's the damn deck. Alright. Lich Knight's Conquest or whatever. Reanimator Tali would be my guess. He's only got one thing to reanimate. Okay. Alright. Didn't get much. Wow. Lands. Oh no, not Toxrill. Yeah, that's just GG. Unbelievable that you hit Toxrill. You are just the luckiest person, man. Honestly. Like, what a load of rubbish. What a load of rubbish. Oh, whoops. Come on, mate. 0 new cards. Just only toxic ass nonsense from way back when. How lame. Wow, how many lands was that? Oh, that's so boring. So boring. Atali Toxrill. Somebody didn't get the memo that we're supposed to be playing new cards here. I'm sure there's that Lich King's thingy-majig, and he's about to reanimate Atali, and then I can just concede. The rules are, as far as the early access, that you can concede when lethal is presented like this, so I'm okay with that. Bye! The one card, man. We were close. We got close. Pretty aggressive. I like the deck, but Toxrill just absolutely the worst possible thing that he could have found off of the Atali. And of course he found it. Like little salt sprinkle. Only the one hand. Little Salt Bay action. This is one of the Wizard of the Coast employees. Bring it on. Wurmlet, Automaton. Nice, nice, nice. Human token. New card. Nice. Aha, someone's trying to do some titania nonsense by the looks of things. It's a 4 toughness blocker. That's really quite frustrating. However, our Wurmlet's about to get pretty spicy. Options. Plenty options. Let's go Agatha's into Apprentice. He needs to have, what, like 7 lands or something crazy, so fine. A little bit of self-mill is good, because we can... Oh, damn. Nothing worth snagging with my Agatha yet. Whop, whop, whop. Damn it. Damn it. I'm purposefully trying to get my Gingerbrute killed. Yeah, I'll take that. Let's wait until the next turn. That's some chunky little dudes right there. Not gonna lie. The trample's so nice. I'm very happy I changed the Audacity over. Charming Scoundrel. Ooh, another card I'm super looking forward to playing. This is so nice, I think. So now he does have a thing with haste, so he can block with Ruby. Oh god, this Cauldron is so good. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's gonna just be the game, I'm afraid, my dear human token 2007. Good game. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Whew. That definitely made up in terms of soothing my, you know, my pride. After that horrible game 1 against Toxrill, just destroying a WotC employee with my janky mono green artifacts deck. And we got to do the thing with the Cauldron, so very happy. Gingerbrute, oh baby. That's a cool synergy. I may even just end up cutting the freaking Ozoliths entirely. Also, very happy to have brought in that additional copy of Audacity, because the trample was fundamental there. The only card I haven't quite gotten to showcase in this video well is the Archivist, which is kind of the whole linchpin, I guess. It's like a card draw. Or, yeah, let's see. Maybe we get to jam out an Archivist in game number 3. How are we doing for time? I've been going about 25 minutes with each of these videos, so this is probably the final match. I want to just get on straight to the next one. Here we go. Who did we get? Hillbilly! Yay! Long-time subscriber, good friend of the channel, absolute freaking legend. Hey! Let's go. Oh, man, stoked. Let's see what jank Billy's bringing. He always comes with the jank. Love the guy. Absolute legend. Okay, I think we're gonna go Archivist first. It's probably super late in the States right now. I know he's in Texas. I think he's in Texas. Go for the throat right away? No. Whew. Okay. It's probably Sheldred stuff. But we can go... Okay. That sucks. But now we get to go like this. And now we're going to start to get those double... double +1/+1s. Shelly. Yep. That's fine. You gotta block the 9/9, my friend. Alright. Oh. Shelly is Shelly. And we have no way of dealing with her in this deck, so... Had me a little worried there for a second, but fortunately we were able to grow Patchy Boy big enough, quickly enough. Nice. GG's. Do we have time for a last match? I think we do. I'm having too much fun with the deck. I really... Who cares if we go a little over 25? This is a fun one. I cannot wait to work more on all of these things once the set actually hits the arena. And we get to really get into the nitty-gritty of the meta. And, ooh, exciting. Shield VIP. Don't know who you are. Another great hand. Another great hand. Uh-oh, this is definitely reanimation. Oh, maybe not. Okay, clever. I like this idea. Syr Ginger Anvil. Very nice. Bros, scries. Ooh, I'm so amped to try this myself. Can we keep up with Syr Ginger? I don't know. Oof. I'd rather grow my Archivist. Unfortunately, we just kind of have to. Luckily, Syr Ginger doesn't have Trample and never will, because we don't have any Planeswalkers in the deck. Go Syr Ginger, scry, scry, scry. Super cool idea. Oh, I can't wait to try this. Why the white? Interesting to find out. Syr Ginger is going to be one of those cards, I think, that's like set defining. Super sick. Don't know why you're swinging with this guy. Maybe you've got some little combat trick. Cool. So now we have options. I think probably just jam out another tough cookie, hey? Or is it time for our own Syr Ginger? Nah, I want a chump blocker and I'm going to draw an extra card. Nice. Oh no! That's why the Mardu. Oh, sick. Huh. Alright. Ha. Haven't tried this one yet. Looks really nice. Not gonna lie. Pretty amped on Mr. Sugarmore over here. It's also got Menace and Trample. Ooh. This is not looking good. Yeah, I think we lost this one. Fairly certain we just lost ourselves the match. Huh? Would much appreciate another land. And go Syr Ginger into Ozolith. Oh. I don't think we're quite at that point yet where you can sack Syr Ginger. Really? Okay. Cool. Nice deck, dude. That's 1 damage. And 2 damage. Good game. Cool deck. Cool game. Well played. I like that. Getting to see some cool new stuff. This Voldaren Thrillseeker is gonna also, I think it's gonna come into its prime, but mostly, I'm really excited to brew around Devouring Sugarmore, but that is going to be it for this particular deck. We've already gone over the time that I would like to go over with these early access brews. Couple of real good victories, definitely fun. Does it need some work? Yes. Is this the final iteration? I don't think so. Do we think we're going to cut the Ozolith and just go more into the, or maybe just like, just have a one-of and go for the 3 Agathas to really make sure that we can do the thing with the Gingerbrute? I think that's probably the way we're going to go with this. overall, I'm quite happy. Nice little easy brew. Not going to be too intensive in terms of your wildcards for you to whip this one up. So yeah, nothing much else that I'm going to add other than thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one with another fresh, early access brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.